something that I've come to recognize over the years is that if you spend enough time online, and really if you spend too much time online, you will get scammed. You will very much get scammed. And I have definitely been scammed by course creators promising that they're going to help you. Oh my gosh, we're going to help you manifest everything that you've ever desired. You're going to change your life. You're going to get financial freedom from signing onto this course. And then a few months into me being in that course, I started to realize, it doesn't actually look like my life is getting better. And it looks like what I'm seeking out is to do the same thing that was done to me, which is scam. And I actually had an experience with this where I was in this course and I got a client, but this person didn't really have the money to pay me. And I felt like I could not reasonably and with integrity take this person's money because they literally didn't have it. And what I was charging this person, even though it wasn't a lot, it was like $1,000 a month. I was like, I sent this person a message, okay? I sent them an email and I said, hey, you can literally do all the things that you're asking me to do for a fraction of the price with these programs. This is what I'm using to make my life easier. So you can spend $250 a month and get the same result that you were paying me $1,000 a month for, which was a $750 markup that this person literally didn't have. And that's what I said to her. And I was really happy that I did that because one of the things that I recognize is that so many of these course creators, so many of these coaches are scammers. And like, you don't want to think that they are. You want to think that their image is one of an integrous person. But in all honesty, most of these people, they really just want your money. They really just want to be able to flex a lifestyle so that they can get more people to join because, oh, look at the results that I've had. But is it that you've had results, or is it that you have a cult that loves you so much and thinks that you're their god and they don't want to say anything about it? And when they try to leave, there's no money back guarantee. So the only way for you to get out of having to pay for it is you literally not having money in that account, or you calling up your credit card provider and being like, this didn't work for me, and them giving you your money back. Because that's essentially what happened to me. And I just wanted to share this because I, for whatever reason, found my way onto the side of Reddit that was talking about different manifestation coaches. And when I say found my way, I mean I was inspired to look at it, inspired to look at a few people that I follow on podcasts and just manifestation coaches in general. And there were so many people who were saying like, don't do it. Like, everything you have is within. You don't need to seek out coaches in order to help you manifest. And it's so funny because people always say like, you're always manifesting, right? If you have a particular way of being and you have particular programming, you're manifesting a life based on that programming. I mean, duh, right? So why do you really need help manifesting? You don't need help manifesting. You need to literally do the internal work so that your manifestations are different and not the types of manifestations that are leaving you depressed, broke, sad, and in a rut, you know? And that was one of the major lessons that I've learned through life, and especially in this past year when I think I did get sucked up into these coaches because I was seeking for answers outside of myself instead of answers within myself. And in all honesty, if you are seeking outside of yourself for your answers, you're already gone, okay? Because you're not going to find it there. Anybody who's preaching to you that they're the answer, they're the truth, they're the life, they're scamming you. Point blank, period. They really are, because everything is within you. It's always been within you. But most people don't want to do the internal work. And for a really long time, I didn't want to do the internal work because the internal work, it's fucking hard. It's not easy to journal on a daily basis, get to know the types of thoughts that you're thinking, to become aware of the types of thoughts that you're thinking in your mind in the moment and actively choosing to think a different thought. actively choosing to act differently than you usually do, actively choosing to hang out with different people, actively choosing to change your life by changing the types of content that you consume. It's not easy, and that's why most people don't do it. That's why most people try to find coaches that can help them do that, who end up being scammers because they are honestly preying on the vulnerable. And I feel like that's my biggest issue with a lot of these course creators. And I'm genuinely wondering when there's going to be this big blow up when it comes to these course creators. Obviously, I'm not wishing ill on anyone, and I would never do that. I just really wonder how many people have been victims to these course creators and these people who are selling them a dream, but in all honesty, they're eating off of the dream that they're selling people. Meanwhile, the people who are believing in these people as cult-like figures so much are not really improving in their lives that much. You know, I don't understand it, and I think we really need to talk about it because I think it's really not good whatsoever. And where do we go from here? You know, where do we go from here? Because I think one thing that is evident is that there are so many people in the world who need to do a lot of internal healing. And what's the best path forward to do that? I don't know. I'm asking you because I guess I'm kind of just speaking out loud, but I would say what I've learned is that you literally should get the app Insight Timer. You should journal every day without fail. Don't think about your feelings. Oh, I don't know if I'm feeling it today. No, do it anyway. And you need to start walking. Start walking. And for part of the walk, you need to not listen to anything. For part of the walk, you can maybe do a voice note about how you're feeling during that day. For part of the walk, maybe you could listen to a self-development podcast episode, but also you have to be very mindful of the people that you're listening to, because sometimes those people will be brainwashing you. So, you know, I always think the tried and true ways are great. So Neville Goddard, Think and Grow Rich, just so many of these classic books that have helped people throughout the ages that aren't courses that cost freaking, I don't know, thousands of dollars. Don't take it, okay? Most of these people, when you get into these programs, at least for me, I was in this program, it was teaching you how to sell courses. It was a course selling you on how to sell courses. Is that not inception? Is that not multi-level marketing scam? You know? And these people, they have lifestyles that they need to keep up with. So they actually don't care if you get the results or not. And I feel like that's the most fucked part about it, because they don't have integrity. So keep that in mind.